Hello everybody, Jonathan Doucette here at St.Albert Dodge. Just had a load of Gladiators land. Wanted to showcase this one, beautiful Sarge Green 2021 Mojave edition. So aesthetically, the Mojave edition is going to have some orange accents, right? The orange recovery hooks, the decal on the side's got orange lettering, the badging on the side's got an orange backdrop to it, and some of the interior features, which we'll point out when we get to the inside. Mojave edition is similar to Rubicon, but it's more where the Rubicon's more geared to like pure off-roading, crawling, rocks, deep muds, that kind of thing. The Mojave's like the Mojave Desert in Nevada area. It's it's meant for desert racing, if you will, right? That's kind of where it shines. It's got specially tuned shocks that allow it to travel at higher speed and absorb it. So they're a little, I don't quite know the exact word for it, but they adjust and compensate at speed versus, giving you the extra, Rubicon would detach and have you extra ground clearance. So a little bit different there. Drives a little bit smoother, I think, than the Rubicons. From the factory, we did put the upgraded Falcon Wild Peak mud terrains. I have these on my truck. I have the ET3, so similar tread pattern, just a little different tire for a 3500 diesel versus the Gladiator, but it's a very, very capable tire. Great traction on the dirt roads, and if you're off-road, it definitely works well. Do have the badge here. So on the most Jeeps, they'll say trail rated, which is a third-party proving grounds in Nevada that tests off-road capabilities, departure angles, stability, and a whole bunch of different tests. You can reach out to me and I can email you kind of where it goes through. But the desert rated is what I just talked about. So like a little bit of like desert racing, if you will, to get that badge. And then they put that through the paces of independent proving grounds in order to certify it. So Jeep's the only company that does it / can do it. So that's why we have that on there. But you see the nice orange accents. Looks really good with the green. Coming back with the Gladiator being a truck, you do get the tri-fold soft tonneau cover. So I'm going to open that up real quick. Show you the box space, easy open tailgate. You have some lights on the side here, so definitely handy, especially at, when it's dark out and you can turn those lights on and, do your thing or roll the tonneau cover up, and then you have your illuminated area to function. There is a way that you can, increase your box distance. You can hook those around on both sides and then kind of give it a slant. So if you're carrying wood or something, it can come up at an angle and you can easily tie it down. There is enough room in here to, slide a piece of plywood in there. We go over capabilities. It's got great payload capacity. We'll take a look at the door sticker because every vehicle is slightly different. They're rated minus the subject GVWR, so let's take a look at that real quick. So a lot of people like these for putting sleds or quads in the back. I'm capable of doing it. So payload on this one is it's under 1,100 pounds. So tons of space to do anything. Take a look down here too. Get the custom Fox shocks in the back to match the ones in the front. So everything's, like I say, is all custom for this. Let's take a look at the back seat and show you back there. So some of the accessories it comes with are a storage bag. So being a Jeep, the first thing you can do is take off these two panels up here. They clip off, and this is a storage bag, so they won't clap together. You want to put them in the box. There's a foam partition form, so very handy. And then of course you can take your whole cover off too. So one tool essentially undo all the little Torx bolts all the way around, which in the manual come with a little toolkit, floor mats, and then with this guy as well too, as you can see, have a fold-up storage compartment. There's your jack. When you take everything off, there's this neat little, this is where you put all your pins so you won't lose them, right? So you can see on there, it shows you what goes where, doors, windshield, roof, that kind of a thing. You just put all the hinges and the bolts in there. Super handy. A little storage up there as well too. So outer seats are set up for a car seat, so you can put your anchors in there, very handy. And then this folds down as well too. So you get a little storage compartment back here, and then of course your other top anchor for a forward-facing car seat. Yeah, very, very cool. Very well laid out. Cup holder in the middle. Cup holders down here. 120 volt inverter. So if you want to plug in fast charging phones, electric coolers, anything that runs on household power, up to 400 watts you can put in there. So yeah, get the roll cage in here, which is painted green as well too. So when you take the top off, it's not going to be bright white or steel or something like that. So paint it to match, and then have your crossbar with your speakers and your dome light here as well too. Very handy. Pretty neat too. You got a sliding rear window, so it's usually find that on the bigger trucks, and this doesn't disappoint. And then your MOLLE webbing on your back. It's kind of neat to add a little touch. I mean, it is functional if you wanted to strap something on there, but yeah, let's take a look up front, go over some of the technology. So talk about the key real quick first. You have lock, unlock, remote start, of course the sound the horn so you can figure out where it is in the parking lot, and then a flip out switchblade style key. Use that to manually unlock your doors if your battery's dead, and then push button ignition, so as long as the key's in your pocket, foot on the brake, fire right up. And I guess too, being the Jeep, if you had everything off, you'd use this to lock everything. There's a little key slot right there, so you fit that in, and then if you had your roof off, now no one can open this. And then your glove box and that kind of thing, so I should point that out real quick. I'll unlock that later. Tilt and telescopic steering, very, very handy. Leather wrap steering wheel, very, very luxurious, premium feeling, beautiful leather. Take a look at your touchscreen up here. You have your backup camera, and then you can zoom in if you wanted to tow, see if you had a hitch back there. All your controls, because your doors, may be taken off, they're all hard mounted here, so it's less stuff to go wrong with the switches. And then you have your axle locker and then your rear locker as well too, so you can lock all 4 axles together in 4-wheel drive, so all 4 tires kind of spin, or each axle spins the same rate, or just the rear axle only. And then I always like showing the off-road pages on the Jeeps. It's gives you kind of telemetric, so especially if you are doing some heavy off-roading, you can monitor all your temps up here. It gives you GPS. There's a certain pitch angle that these things will go before they roll over, or it's adjusted, so you can monitor that. Accessory gauges, there's all your coolant temps, battery voltage, all temperature. Make sure you're not overheating if you're doing some hard off-roading. And then of course your transfer case. So one thing that's new in the last couple of years of this generation of Jeeps and Gladiators is 4-high auto. So similar in theory to all-wheel drive, but it's automatic 4x4. It's a much more robust system than your typical all-wheel drive. So you put in 4 auto, and then it'll just always be on. So you had a red light in the wintertime, normally be in 2-wheel drive. You just maybe a little bit of slip from a little bit of slick there. It'll just kick in, and then you'll go. You won't even notice that you're slipping. And then you have 4-high, full-time 4-high, and then 4-low, of course, if you're doing some off-roading. Lots of little nooks and crannies in the Jeeps. There's a ton of stuff to talk about. Sirius XM, Guardian, Sirius XM radio, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Of course, we're inside, we can't see it. Very responsive touchscreen, so there's tons of settings. Orientations usually take about, half an hour to 40 minutes going through everything. So love to have you come down, take a look, give us a shout at the store, 458-8660, 780 course. And my name is Jonathan. Hope to be of service to you.